Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant for Divorce Bait, a movie about a couple that uh, kind of almost destroys their relationship. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 10, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle. Unlimited is free. Excuse me. Anyhow, this woman and her husband are out for dinner, and they see their friend, and they get the word on the phone that him and his wife are getting divorced. And oh, she's so sad, until he meets another hot chick, and then of course they end up having dinner with them, and the woman having dinner is like a friend in the circle of friends of this woman, and she gets an idea in her head that they should pretend to be separated so she could see which of her friends tries to bang her husband. And the moment she in a moment of desperation, the husband doesn't want to go along with it, but she decides she's going to do it anyway. She tells everybody they're getting divorced, and he's like, "We're not." And then he gets bombarded with offers from hot chicks. So here's a girl about to get topless in front of him, and he's trying to not look, and here's another woman hitting on him, and here's her ex trying to get back with her, and then he goes along with it, sleeps in a trailer, I guess, and then she's like, "What are you doing?" And then her ex tries to kiss her, and she stabs him in the leg, and then later she, I don't know, seduces her husband, and they come back together. Divorce Bait, it's called. And here he is fighting some dude trying to bang his wife, and I guess this is his friend. That would be the revelation there. Directed by Patrick Perez Vidari. Story by Ruben Islas, Christina Urias, Christina Nava, Patrick Perez. Wait, what? How many people wrote this damn story? Vidari and the director, Patrick Perez Vidari. Screenplay by Christina Nava and Ruben Islas. Oh, okay. So Christina and Ruben are the screenwriters. They came up with the story with the director, and then wrote the screenplay, and then and Christina is also one of the producers. So the screenwriter really probably is Ruben. I feel you, Ruben. I feel you. So Christina, the producer, has an idea for a story, probably hires Patrick, the director, says, "Oh yeah, I got an idea for a story. Let's bring in a screenwriter." And they bring in Ruben, and then the three of them hash out the story. Then the screenplay is written by the screenwriter and the producer, and then the director directs it. Yeah, that's kind of what you got to do, screenwriters, in case you don't know. You may have to share credits with everybody. Here she stabbed a guy. So it's not the worst premise for a movie I've ever heard of, because it's kind of funny. I gotta say, good energy from the wife. The actress playing the wife is got the sort of frantic energy of a woman who's insecure and anxious about her friends and her husband. I'm not sure where they are. They look like, maybe that's L.A. Now that I'm looking at it again, probably is. So yeah, she is all for her girls who are getting divorced, so she's mad at the man for divorcing her and starting to date some other girl. Now, I can kind of relate to this movie a little bit. I'm not so sure modern audiences can, and part of the problem with all this polyamory nonsense that's going on the internet and everybody just banging everybody else is that the idea of cheating is becoming almost passé in some some circles. Yeah. So you've got all these Gen Zers. This really isn't aimed at them, but they're not going to go. I don't think they're going to go see it because they kind of can't relate because they're too busy just banging each other. Because they're so divorced from the idea of marriage or, I mean, even Neil Gaiman of all people, I didn't know he was in an open marriage. A poor guy. So there's no. It's not like it was like 20, 30 years ago when, even though lots of people got divorced, there was an idea that, well, no, marriage is a thing. You don't cheat on your spouse. These days, like, there are articles openly advocating for cheating. So on that score, though, this is kind of realistic in that she is worried that all her friends will immediately seize upon the moment and try to date her husband. But, like, the entire premise kind of is weakened by the fact it's like, well, if you were divorcing your husband, who cares who he sleeps with at that point? Right? If you're getting divorced, you don't care about your spouse anymore. You're moving on. So, I don't know. So it's a wacky concept that you only see in romance movies. That's why it's called divorce bait. So the moment she divorces her husband, he becomes attractive to the woman in her circle, and then she wants to see which ones try to seduce him. So, I could see it working. I mean, I could see it for a rom-com. And then really the rom-com is between a husband and wife who end up getting back together. So the first act, her friend's getting divorced. This is her husband. She's mad at him because he's already gotten a date. It's like, you can't really be mad at people these days for that, because usually by the time people are actually in the process of being divorced or announcing it, they're far along the process, right? Because you don't just, the day you talk about your marriage falling apart, you don't go, oh, okay, we're divorced, that's it. It's a long, complicated process until usually both agree, yeah, we got to get divorced and start telling people. So, but whatever. So she's mad, and so she starts thinking about all the women that would go after her husband. He is perfectly happy, but she's going to screw it all up. And that's what I kind of like about the premise. Like, it's about a character who's nearly screws up her own relationship. So she tries to convince him, oh, let's announce we're separated or divorced or whatever. And he's like, no. And then the beginning of the second act, she actually pulls the trigger without his permission and says, oh, we're getting a divorce. And now he's getting all sorts of messages. And he's like, why did you do this? And she convinces him to go along with it, at least for a while, because she's so insecure. She thinks her friends are going to go after him. And he's just like, I don't want any part of this, but I love you, so I'll go along with it. So he goes along with it. And of course, all sorts of unexpected craziness happens. He has women throwing themselves at him because he's a successful, safe guy. And she has her ex coming back after her. And then the question is she going to actually go through with this? Has she screwed up her marriage so much that, yes, now she's going to get divorced? Or, is it like her plan does, like, exposes her so-called friends as being after her husband, which again seems unfair, but whatever. And then the third act is the husband is at his wit's end, and they look like they might get divorced, right? They might. I don't like this, and you've been an idiot, and and now I've seen you with your ex, and now I'm pissed. And so now maybe they are actually headed for a divorce, and then she has to win him back. And then I think she does that through some crazy sex dungeon scheme where she, seduces him, or re-seduces him, or, here, she gets him in a hotel or something. And then this is one of the man's wacky friends going after his wife, and so maybe he realizes that some of the guys want to go after her, and So wackiness ensues. Yeah, I'll leave that picture up. That's a good picture. Um, and not unattractive people are involved. So I love the energy of the female lead. I guess that's Vanessa Vasquez. Great energy. She looks like she could actually pull this off. So the lines coming out of her aren't killer, but coming out of her with her delivery, they're kind of funny. They're kind of funny. She's kind of got the right energy for it. Like, I got to know about these hoes who want my husband. So yeah, I mean, it's not my kind of movie. I wouldn't go see it. But for those of you who like rom-coms, I think this could be on your list. Is it a go to the theaters movie? Probably not. It looks kind of cheap, in terms of the production value. I mean, it's okay, but it's not a lot of set pieces in this, which is fine for what it is. So this is, to me, definitely a rental, as we say, a video on demand. But if you like these kinds of movies, I think this will be fairly watchable. Guys, if you get roped into seeing this and you have to pick one, I think this will be mildly amusing. And she's pretty hot. There's a couple other hot women in this. So not totally not for you. So, yeah. I mean, look, if you have to watch these movies with your significant other, at least pick the ones that you can tolerate pretty well. And I don't know, maybe there's some boobies in it too. It doesn't seem to be rated R, so I'm gonna guess it's probably booby free. But this is about the closest thing you get to boobies. But that's not bad. It's a consolation prize. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joe. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. My other videos will probably be late today. We're doing a live stream at 7. So tune in for that. We're going to talk about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and various other things. And we'll see you